Folks, welcome to Threadspinner Playtest. Welcome to Threadspinner FLAME, Episode 0. This is the first time we are ever actually recording some Threadspinner content. I'm Luke, I'm here with Ty.
Cuckoo-ca-choo!
I'm here with Iris.
Hi.
And I'm here with Maxie.
Howdy.
I was initially going to run this as though we are just going to be in character from the jump. Like, I'm just, hey, I'm narrating, but also I'm a character in it. I'm your thread spinner. And then I realized that would get so old so fast for all of us. If we
Hello, I am the new character of Cuckoo-ca-choo.
No.
I think if the Jordan year taught us anything, it's that we need the ability to step out of character mid-session.
God, okay.
I think table talk is maybe an important thing for people to be able to engage in. And it was cute the first time I did it to you people, but I don't think I should do it more.
Zoe would kill you and I would hold you down.
Yeah, but, to paint the picture, we can still imagine here, I am the thread spinner here. I've got some cool dark red robes. I've got a bleached skull for a head. Until you just came in, I had it, in a jar of acid to really get that bleached look perfect. My dang skin's always regenerating, so I gotta always keep my skull in a jar to keep it looking pristine.
Ty, have you put on your robe and wizard hat?
Yeah. Imagine a low table with just a lot of pillows to sit on all around. That kind of vibe. I've got my spinning wheel here. I'm the only one with an actual chair because I need it for spinning. And also it sort of lets me sit above all of you where I belong.
Cool. I've got my cosplay Excalibur.
Yeah.
Sadly, I don't have a gigantic axe, but I do have my medieval weapons in the corner, just kind of leaning against the wall because I've been packing and I put away the rack where I usually store them.
Unfortunately, I do not have my hat, but I do have our magical instruments. I hope all of the other 4 people playing have either a sword, a wand, a cup, or a coin.
Dibs on cup.
Oh, fuck. Wand?
Well, I've got sword.
Hey, I'll take the coins.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll have the money. Thank you.
Fuck.
This is not part of the process, but that'd be a fun bit.
We're all about the fun bits here.
We are all about the fun bits here. We are gonna go through character creation today. This is gonna be pretty familiar to us, to anyone who's played Eidolon or any TTRPG, really. We're not doing all that different from your standard RPG character creation. A few little extra twists of lime to it here, but, it should be pretty familiar. To anybody who has not listened to any Threadspinner content until now, waiting for the season proper to start, let me just give a quick rundown of what this world is like. We are all dead. This is the afterlife, or as we call it, the wake. It is the place that souls go when they die or awaken from the dream, as we call it, because really, if the afterlife goes on for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, forever, and your waking life is maybe 100 if you're lucky, which one's more real and which one's more fake? I think that the waking life was just a dream you had at the beginning of your real life, your afterlife, if you ask me. I am the thread spinner here. My job is to organize these folks into a party of adventuring heroes to go out into the endless mists of the beyond, where all things that have ever lived and died have just kind of coalesced into this endless haze of just chaos and cacophony. And by exploring that mist, by telling stories about the things we find there, we're going to give structure to it. We're going to raise the awoken spirits of people and animals and monsters and lands and buildings and weapons and everything in between. Food, houses, anything you can imagine that has died and come to the wake, because everything awakens sooner or later. And the only way those things can have meaning is by chaining them together, by threading them together, if you will, into a narrative. And that's our sacred duty here at the Threadspinners Guild, where we're currently sitting around a deck of tarot cards, which we'll get to in a moment. But for starters, we should go around and introduce folks' characters. Let's see. Iris, how about we start with you? What is your name and what pattern have you chosen for your character?
Sure. My name is Violet, a.k.a. Sir Violet, Sir with an S-Y-R, of the Coiling Vine. She is the hero.
Yes, and we do not have blurbs like Eidolon had for the playbooks yet, for the patterns, excuse me. The idea of the hero is that in this world, hero is kind of a dirty word. Not a dirty word, but it is... Hero means something very specific. It means that you have been cursed by the gods to forever endeavor to do their bidding, to take on the darkness of the world into yourself to make the world brighter. It is an endless, thankless toil that even dying has not freed you from.
Burdened with divine purpose.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a bit
I've got a
D&D
mission
paladin.
from God.
Yeah, you're on a mission from God. The Blues Brothers are here. They're heroes for sure.
As Jake and Elkwood flip over their hand, revealing their sigil.
Oh, man, writing notes for a future season.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna run through a few quick things here. I'll tell you, why don't you do it? What is your resonant effect here? Because we do have
Sure.
resonant and dissonant cards just like Eidolon had.
Okay, yeah. So my resonant card is the Empress. And the effect of it is that when I play my resonant, for a brief moment of respite, your soul transcends your obligations. Do not take damage from retributions the next time you would.
Okay. And your dissonant?
My dissonant, I chose justice, but I'm gonna discuss that with y'all in a second here, because I'm not sure about that one for my dissonant.
Okay.
But the effect is that you have once again incurred divine wrath. For the remainder of the scene, take damage anytime you take any action that does not embody your god's beloved virtue.
Okay. This game has 7 total stats, as opposed to 5 in Eidolon. However, each player only gets access to 5 of them. So what is your stat spread, Violet?
I have composure at 3, presence at 2, soul at 2, and I chose kindness and desire for my choice stats, both of them at 1.
Both of those at 1, yes.
You'll notice that I did not pick wrath.
Yes, you did not pick Wrath, that's true.
I am a knight who cannot use red.
Intriguing.
Listen, don't worry. I'm going to have enough wrath for both of us.
Which, to talk about some differences in the resolution system compared to Eidolon briefly, the idea here is less that you have to use this stat to do this action, say using POW to scrap. Although I think you might have to use Wrath to clash. I'm not... Hey, this is a new game for me as well.
I don't think wrath...
No, Wrath is not necessary for clashing, yes.
Yeah, wrath doesn't dictate that. It's just that that's probably what you're gonna do, unless you can really sway the thread spinner towards something else.
I hate to. I don't want to interrupt, but do we want to just go through what all the threads are at the beginning?
Yeah. I think we'll do that. So basically, the stats, instead of saying, hey, you have to use this stat to do this, it is more about what emotional disposition are you attacking the problem with, and that determines which stat you get to draw with when doing the action. So the full list of stats are, let's see, we have got Wrath, which, it's anger. It's attacking, with either righteous fury or just violent hate, anything like that. We have Composure, which is, staying cool under pressure, being... just staying concentrated, not letting things get to you. We have Presence, which is about just your aura.
Yeah.
when you have big aura, you've got presence. You
got the wavy stuff around you.
Kindness.
Yeah, I imagine that's also kind of our charisma stat as well.
You can very loosely tie a lot of these back to, for instance, Eidolon stats. Like Wrath kind of correlates to POW, Composure to Ellie, presence to glam. Then we have anxiety, which covers a few, like, it's a bit of a broad category, right? Because it can mean, if, say, you freak out and try to run away from something, I would have you draw with anxiety. But also, if you're, like, thinking ahead and trying to anticipate danger and plan for it, that would also be anxiety, right?
Yeah, like, if you're searching for traps, you could theoretically use anxiety to do that.
Right.
Or if you're scared of getting punched in the face, you can study to make sure you don't get punched in the face, I guess.
100%. 100%. But it can also be like, oh, fuck, a dragon just showed up, I gotta get out of here, and I'd be like, all right, draw anxiety to escape the dragon, right? That all fits into the same thing here. There is desire, which is kind of just acting on your base wants with, like, reckless abandon. There is kindness, which is basically, it's kindness, but generally if you are doing something for someone else's sake and not your own, that's kindness, kind of the opposite of desire.
Yeah, so for example, it theoretically would be possible to clash with kindness.
You can absolutely clash with kindness. Yes. Or soul is the last one, which is your, like, connection to forces greater than you.
Good old Biz.
Yeah, it's very similar to Biz, obviously styled very differently. Biz is about, like, how much of a fucked up little weirdo are you? Soul doesn't quite have that connotation, but, it does fill a similar niche. To go back over that, Iris, Violet has 3 composure, 2 presence, 2 soul, 1 kindness, 1 desire.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Then going through here, minor suits. These are not going to come up much today. They're part of the exploration mechanics. But you can draw from the coins, swords, and wands deck while exploring. You can't touch the cups deck. This is a mechanic I'm not sure is going to survive many drafts, but we'll see. We're going to find out.
Yeah.
It might be that it's better if everybody can just draw from every deck while exploring. We're going to have to feel it out. Starting equipment. What's the name of your holy weapon?
The name of my holy weapon is the Silver Horizon. It is a longsword, and it has a power line.
It does, much like an Eidolon's power line.
Yeah. This weapon allows me to carry out my god's will by freeing the target's true heart.
So tell me a little bit more about what that means.
So the way I am envisioning this and the way I tried to word it was like, the Silver Horizon is not really meant to deal damage in a traditional sense.
Okay.
It is meant to, like... So, here's a sort of simplistic way of looking at it. You've played Phoenix, right?
I have played Phoenix, right?
So the Magatama...
Sure, yeah.
...is used when people have chains around their heart for some reason.
Yes.
And like you have to in order to get to the truth, you have to like remove those chains. And that to me is sort of what the Silver Horizon does. Like you could also think about it as a keyblade.
Okay, yeah.
Where like the idea is that people like conflict and pain and anxiety, a lot of negative things can often be caused because someone denying something, either like what they want, who they are, like concealing truths.
Mm.
And the Silver Horizon is all about like cutting through those like chains and deception and revealing the truth of a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And I tried to word it that way because, like, I also wanted it to be potentially used on anything.
Yeah, much like a keyblade that can unlock a treasure chest. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like that. Basically, you free something to become its best self, Eidolon.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Moving through, we've got some creation prompts for you. Describe the god that has conscripted you into service. Draw the sigil they have marked on your skin. For an audio medium, I'll just have you describe the sigil they've marked on your skin.
Sure. So Violet serves Lady Magnolia of the Coiling Vine, who is a goddess of art and beauty. Her sigil traditionally is a vine in a spiral with small leaves sprouting from it. I actually made this sigil myself with watercolor.
We will probably share this in the show notes, yeah.
Yeah. However, Violet actually has this sigil tattooed in an unbroken circle around her neck.
Ah, okay. Tell me a little bit more about, like, I'm very sorry. Is it Magnolia as the goddess?
Yes, Magnolia.
Okay, yeah. Tell me a little bit more about Magnolia.
Sure. So when you say tell me a bit more about her, like, do you mean like just what's her personality like, or?
Well, I'll tell you what. How about we learn more about her through these other creation prompts first, and maybe we can fill in more details after that.
Okay.
Describe the sin your god most abhors. What punishment do they demand for those guilty?
Okay, this one took me a while to figure out, and I kind of bounced some ideas off Maxie, and I think the wording I liked the most was marring the things someone takes pride in.
Okay.
And I chose that wording because art and beauty is highly subjective. So I didn't want to try and make a sin that would force me to ascribe some sort of objective quality to what is good or bad art.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, it is more about, like, is there something that someone has made or is, or like a quality that they love, something that someone has an affection or pride for.
Okay.
If someone else or if they alter that in such a way as to kind of debase it, or I'm even like kind of iffy about that word, which is why I used mar.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone were to like negatively impact that thing, that would be considered a sin.
Okay. Yep, that makes sense to me. And what is the punishment demanded there?
Oh, I forgot that part.
Well, let's talk it through.
That's a great question.
Because this is important. Because part of your job as a hero will be to enact this punishment.
Yeah, I forgot that there is like a particular punishment, and not like a that doesn't like vary based on.
Yeah.
Okay. So what punishment would I think Magnolia would?
And I would say this could be very broad. Like, it could just be, and I'm not saying you got to go this hard, but like, for example, the punishment could be death, right? And then it's, well, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah, I think that's pretty harsh.
100%. I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah. I think
pitch an idea. Just brainstorm in here.
Yeah, sure.
Take their eyes. Can't see beautiful things anymore.
Oh, God. Wow.
You could also take their hands, because then that way they can either mar things or create things of their own.
You've disrespected beauty, and therefore beauty is now beyond you.
Oh.
Damn.
That would mostly just be, you don't have to pick that. That's kind of cold, but it's also kind of cold.
Yeah, because I was thinking, like, and maybe this is making Magnolia, like, I don't know, like, how brutal these punishments are intended to be.
Mm-hmm. I think when we sat down and came up with this, we're thinking very, like, Greek god. Like, even the nice ones have, like, a very retributive side, but, like, it's your character, you know?
Yeah, because I was thinking, like, the punishment would be, you have to make something for the person that you harmed.
Okay.
Which, I don't know if that's too soft. We could use that as a starting point.
Yeah. My like, again, knee jerk would be, oh, that's kind of soft, but again, it is your character. I want to give you latitude to create it how you want to. I am looking down at your starting actions. One of them is retribution. When you witness someone committing the sin your god abhors, the sigil they have marked you with will begin to burn you. Until the sinner has been punished as your god demands, the day ends, or your spool is destroyed. Take damage every time you take an action that is not in service of punishing the sinner. When you have gained 15 thread of any color. Forcing somebody to, like, make an apology greeting card for someone might be a difficult ask in some cases. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the punishment you explained is more about, like, compelling action from somebody, and that could work. I'm not poo-pooing it. I'm just pointing out.
Yeah, so it should be something that, like...
steps.
Also, this brings up an interesting thing here of, like, retribution kind of winds up in a sealed room type territory, where it's like, Well, what if they just don't do the thing they need to do? And do you just burn forever?
I mean,
once the day ends, it stops.
Okay.
I would say, if you're trying to compel action from somebody and they aren't doing it, I think there's a substitute punishment that comes to mind.
Yeah.
What? No, what do you mean by that?
I'm just saying, if you attempt to compel somebody through relatively gentle means, and they reject that no matter what you try, you can always just kill them.
I would say if I'm thread spinning over here, I would say that doesn't count as administering the punishment your god demands. You failed in your holy task.
That's true. Also, we're already dead, so it doesn't really hold a lot of weight here.
Well, and yeah, this is going to be just a thing to get used to. Nothing quote-unquote dies in this setting, right? But names can be broken, and their essence can be scattered to the beyond, which in the short term is a kind of death. You know what I mean?
Okay, then that makes it easier.
Kind of seems like in the long term a kind of death also, Luke.
They can come back from that, is the difference.
Well, how about the retribution thing be like you must take their name or claim their name or something like that?
I think that's a little too broad. I think I'm going to actually go with Ty's suggestion, but modify it a bit.
Okay.
And say I have to take whatever they used to, I have to take whatever they used to commit the sin. So, if they graffitied something, I would take, their hand. The dominant hand that they used to, paint over something.
Oh, okay. If they spit on something, you cut out their tongue.
Yes.
Okay.
If in sort of a biblical tone, if they assaulted someone out of a desire for them, I could take their eye for looking upon someone with malice in their heart.
Okay. Yeah, now what I'm about to say, I want to be clear, is not a problem. I'm fine with this. I'm just pointing out a thing that jumps to my mind as a mean person that's running this game.
Yeah.
For instance, let's say somewhere down the road we run into a rich asshole who's very proud of his treasure hoard, and you guys need an important treasure out of it. Stealing that treasure I would count as marring the thing he's proud of.
Okay.
I'm just putting it out there.
Okay, so here's the thing: is you're wanting my punishments to be harsh, but
yes.
Also.
Oh no! I'm not saying I've got a problem with what I just said. I more just want to make sure we all understand the upshots of this. That's all.
Okay,
Luke, I'm just gonna say, if you are giving the hero a code that they have to live by and not immediately thinking about how to make them do some come dine on this dog flesh shit,
right?
Then you're doing it wrong.
No, again, this is not maybe ooh, this is a potential problem with what you've laid out. This is...
Okay.
Or let me put it this way. This is a problem derogatory. I'm saying this is a problem positive.
Okay, yeah, I think I will go with that then.
Okay.
I will have to, take whatever they use to commit the sin.
Okay, I like that. Okay. Make sure to put that on your sheet. And then also we need you to describe the virtue your god most cherishes. How do they bless those who embody this virtue?
Oh, I wanted to have to do something with creation.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be too broad.
I mean, if you told me they cherish the virtue of creation, like people that make things, with maybe a more heavy emphasis on artistry, but also craftsmanship, also they right? I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll just say creation then.
Okay. And how do they bless creators?
Gosh, I think, how would they bless? So would this be do you think it'd be something that could happen during the process of it, where someone could be blessed by say you have writer's block,
or
something, and Magnolia she approves of your efforts could strike you with divine inspiration?
I think that totally works. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she enables you to create, and she takes away your ability to create if you use it wrong.
Okay, so Magnolia will bless with divine inspiration.
Okay, yeah. Into that. Just to touch on... Well, yeah, so with that stuff in mind, yeah, tell me a little bit more about, like, what is Lady Magnolia like? Like, how is she generally worshipped? Is there, like, a church, or is it more of just, like, this is a goddess in, like, a pantheon? You know, what is worship of her look like? What does she look like, maybe? That
Sure.
kind of thing.
Yeah, the way I conceived of it is that, like, where Violet comes from, because I think, because in the backstory I was thinking of, Lady Magnolia existed in Sir Violet's world before she died.
Mm-hmm.
And the church, and it was like a church, but I think there were, she existed in a pantheon, and, like, there could be churches or shrines for a variety of gods. And, like, certain towns, if they're smaller, may only have, like, official places for assembly for whatever gods those towns tended to, you know, prefer.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, largely speaking, there wasn't, like, a single god around.
Okay.
I think with Magnolia, there was an emphasis on worship, like, at, like, locations and buildings, because that's another way that you could honor Magnolia is... Like, if anyone's building sick-ass Gothic cathedrals...
Right.
It is the worshippers of the Coiling Vine.
Sure, okay. Do you think, and this is just me thinking world-building stuff, do you think there is, like, some friction between, like, maybe some quote-unquote greater gods, like, you know, it's how dare you build, like, a more opulent church to this more minor deity? Because the opulence is what she values? Yeah,
I can see that. Especially from maybe more ascetic type of gods. Like, I can imagine there being for example, god of nature and animals, maybe.
Yeah.
Who doesn't look particularly fondly on followers of Magnolia making, like, elaborate clothing and using resources to build large cathedrals and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Should be said too, again, I'm forgetting that it's possible people are jumping on here and haven't listened to any of the design sessions or any... I think we might do a little preamble that just kind of gives some broad strokes that we're looking at that people might skip. This Flame specifically, we are looking at being very medieval classic fantasy, right? That is the vibe we're going for here.
Yeah.
If that has not been brought across already, as opposed to Eidolon, which was much more like contemporary fantasy.
I think Magnolia herself is known as a goddess who is generous towards the people who serve her well. Mm-hmm. But should you, like, violate her tenets, her punishment is swift. And it will sting. Like, okay, she's not a particularly merciful goddess.
Right. Okay. In that case, I'm glad that we made the punishment a little harsher, if that's true.
Yeah.
She does not believe in restorative justice. Okay, yeah. So that does it for the creation prompts. Just to quickly touch on some stuff that we're going to be seeing from you. You have, at least for now, 3 different types of personal quests. You can go on one of these in each region. Establish a church to your god in the region and convert a people to it. Discover a step toward emancipating yourself from your service. Break the names of a god worshipped in this region other than your own. And when you do any of these, for the rest of the time in the region, when you lift a shroud, which we'll talk about next time, treat all face cards as if they have a value of 1. think we can leave the campfire questions be for now. Let's talk about your starting actions real quick. We already talked about retribution.
Yeah.
You also have widespread congregation. When you first arrive in a new region, draw soul to determine the presence that your god has in this region. On a positive card, this region is reverent towards your god. On a neutral card, the region is indifferent. And on a negative card, the region is hostile.
I can't wait to see this play out. I can't wait for us to go to a region, and then you draw a positive card, and it's just a bunch of motherfuckers in berets and, like, doing stomp.
I hope y'all like bards.
Yeah. Speaking to, like, the playtest side of things, a potential friction point I'm catching right away with what we've written here is, if the region's already reverent towards your god, establishing a church and converting people to it seems like it might... It's not... It can work, but there's a little bit of, like, anti-synergy there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be very unlikely that I'd be able to do that until we do a new region.
You know what I think would be a good one to put on the short list for, expanding the list of personal quests, Luke?
What's that?
Sometimes you gotta root out heresy.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Sometimes maybe the heretics aren't really doing anything wrong, but you still gotta do it. That's the job. That's being a hero.
Anti-pope, you know?
Sometimes there's an anti-pope, and your god is like, you need to kick the shit out of the anti-pope.
Well, what I was gonna say is that if you're establishing a church in a place that's reverent, it might be less like, I'm evangelizing these heathens, and more like, I'm moving to a rural Christian community, but I'm starting my own church, and I need to, it's more about, converting people to stop going to West Side Baptist Church, they're coming to East Side Baptist Church, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To use a reference y'all might get, it is, was it Season 2 of Fargo, when the corporation shows up.
Right.
The goddesses has many ways that she does things, and we want you to continue doing your worship here. We're just gonna make some small tweaks.
Yeah.
It's like, this little cottage you're using for worship is nice and all, but I think it'd be really cool if we had some stained glass windows.
Right. And then the last one you have here is pray. Spend 15 soul thread to ask your deity a question. They will answer the question as truthfully as they can, but it will be the truth from their point of view. So, perhaps the goddess of beauty has an opinion on things different from what, say, the goddess of nature you talked about it a moment ago.
Yeah.
And that is what we have for the starting actions. You get an advanced action also. Did you take one yet?
Yes, I did. So I picked Taking Communion. When you enter a square on the region map governed by a coins card, you may seek out a worshiper of your god to provide aid to your party. If the region is reverent, spend 0 thread. If the region is indifferent, spend 5 thread. If the region is hostile, spend 15 thread. The worshiper will allow your party to rest at their home and will give you detailed advice about the surrounding area. Every member of your party receives 5 thread of any one color, including you. Lift 1 shroud from each of your 3 minor arcana decks.
Okay. Yeah, so to speak a little bit more about stats, we mentioned you get 5 out of the 7 stats. For each point in that stat, you get 10 thread of the corresponding color each day. So 3 composure gets you 30 composure thread that you can spend on doing various things. So you've got 2 soul, you start each day with 20 soul. So for instance, in a hostile region, you'd have to spend 15 of that 20 soul thread to take communion.
Yeah. Which is a lot.
It's a lot.
But also,
hey. Okay. I think that is Violet squared.
The one thing I want to finish up is figure out, because right now I have justice for my dissonant card. But,
yes, you did talk about that.
I don't think that feels right.
Uh-huh.
There is... I suppose it could be, but I think there's a part of me that's like, what if it's death or the lovers?
I think based on what you've told me about Violet, the lovers would be a really fun one.
What have you heard about Violet that would make lovers a fun one?
There's just potentially reasons why she has desire as one of her stats.
I see. Whom does she desire?
Well, I'm not sure if you want me to reveal this right now.
Yeah, we gotta keep some secrets.
If you want to keep it secret, you can, but...
No, I can reveal it here. It's fine. So we were discussing prior to this, like, you know, some people are conscripted into being, like, threaded, and some people volunteer.
Yes.
And Violet very much volunteered.
Okay.
Because there is a particular person she is hoping to eventually encounter throughout her travels, back before she was even a member of the Coiling Vine, before she was even known as Violet, before she took that name for herself. She was a gardener for a princess. And at some point, the kingdom was embroiled in a war, and Violet became trained to be a knight to guard the princess.
You don't say.
And some things might have happened between the two.
I see. Okay.
But unfortunately, the kingdom lost the war. And as part of the negotiations, the princess was offered herself to the prince of the kingdom that won.
Okay.
And they never saw each other again in their living, in their dreaming life, I should say.
Yeah. Okay. I should make a note too. We should absolutely, as part of this creation process, talk about, like, tell me a little bit about, like, how you died, what you've done with your time before becoming threaded, why you became threaded, why you've joined the Guild of the Spinners of Thread to explore the beyond, which you basically just did. I mean, if you want to add in any other details here.
Yeah, sure. I can say how Violet died.
Yeah.
Because I wrote a whole short story about that too, but I'll just give the cliff notes.
Well, we can put that on the Patreon on $3.
Sure. So Violet at one point committed a sin.
Okay. Did she mar something that someone took pride in?
Yes, in fact, she slept with a noble's wife.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
And the wife at first seemed kind of into it.
Uh-huh.
But then the next day, not so much. And she begged Violet to leave and then destroyed all the paintings that her husband had commissioned from Violet.
Ah, okay.
And Violet was punished. Because, like, her local church, like, liked Violet a lot, the priest tried to be lenient to her and simply told her to, like, hey, go to this, like, shrine that's, like, way out of the way. Hardly anyone, you know, goes out and takes care of it. It's mostly a thing that we make, like, new priests do.
Yeah.
As, like, a pilgrimage kind of thing.
Right.
We'll have you do that because it's annoying and it takes a long time and you're going to be, like, on the road alone long enough to, like, reflect on what you've done and, like, you know, clean it up a bit and then you'll be good.
Yeah, maybe away from the heat for a bit. Go away from the people that want to kill you.
Right.
Yeah, except, like, on her way there, she was camping out in a forest and it started to rain heavily. And during the night, thieves broke into her camp and tried to steal, like, her money pouch from her. And when she tried to defend herself, like, she and the thief, like, both slipped on the muddy ground and she just landed on top of the thief and also his dagger.
I see.
That just jammed itself right into her heart. And so she just bled out.
Would you say that she lost the thing she used to mar something that someone took pride in?
Yes. Which is why Violet suspects that she died because the priest did not, like, give her an appropriate punishment, and so Magnolia saw fit to take the punishment herself.
Took her heart away because she used her heart.
Yeah, Violet does not know if that is true, but it's what she believes.
Gotcha. And was Violet a hero for Lady Magnolia while dreaming? Or
yes.
was she like... Okay.
Yeah, she was. Okay,
I wasn't sure if she, like, awoke as a, you know, spirit and then got conscripted. But okay, yeah.
Yeah, like she was. I don't know if she was a playbook capital hero.
Yeah.
But like she was a respected knight, who would go around and like solve problems for people and like create paintings and such. Got it. She was well respected in the church.
Okay. All right, I like all of that. I think are we ready to move on, or you got any final thoughts?
I have a question about like things that Violet can have on her person, perhaps items from her dreaming life.
Okay, sure.
So I know that right now I just have an artifact.
Yeah.
But there is one thing that Violet kept on her like while she was living.
Mm-hmm.
It was a small painting she made of the Princess of Cardil, her princess before the war, that she made after being banished from the kingdom for her own safety.
Right.
In order to try and like remember what her princess looked like. Despite being made on a normal canvas with normal paints, that painting never faded. Can she still have that on her?
Yeah, I think you can absolutely have like a keepsake with you.
Okay.
It does not have any mechanical ability. That's what distinguishes artifacts. But yes, I think it is fair. If it is like a keepsake that is core to who you are, I think it would make sense that it is part of the awoken spirit that regenerates, you know?
Yeah, I think that's the one item that after she died, like, she woke up with.
Okay. Sounds good to me. All right. Ty, how about we go over to you next?
Oh, but in the book, it's the executed, isn't it?
Yeah, but Maxie's gonna go off, and I want to give you a chance to talk for a while first.
Whoa! Where's this coming from? We're
Maxie,
making
am I wrong?
Assumptions.
I'm not even saying it negatively. I just know my friend Max Knightley.
For the sake of argument, let's let Ty go first.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I should feel less pressure or more pressure. Okay. Unlike Maxie and Iris, I didn't make a long backstory because I didn't know how much of this we were supposed to be coming up on the fly. I don't know the balance, but I got some big structural impacts. First of all, I think I'm going to start with my name. Xalatan the Deathless, Master of Wind and Shadow. Other sorts names. Well, you were there for the tower. It's that guy again.
Yeah.
Non-canonical, but he looks left, he looks right, and he's like, "Oh, you two look familiar."
In another world, this was the guy from the tower.
Yeah, but yeah, a wizard who has lived, I guess, more than 100 years. I think that'll be a fun thing to play off of. Mm-hmm. What happens if you're like in the stage of being old, where you're like, God, I don't want to do anything, and then they're like, okay, well. Welcome to New Game Plus, buddy.
Yeah, guess what?
Yeah.
He's like, I've lived a full life. I've, mastered these. And it's like, okay, well, wake up at 6 a.m. again and...
Yes, absolutely.
Welcome to boot camp. So I think that's the kind of energy he's bringing into this.
You're also playing the conjurer pattern, which, like you said, it's basically, it's a wizard. You're doing wizardy shit.
Yeah, so he's, seen it all, done it all, tired. That's why I'm picking for the Resident card. Apply the following forecast. Your intellect is the Wake's most powerful weapon. I'm choosing the Hermit. I felt bad choosing both the Hermit and the Hierophant, which were my Resident cards for the previous 2 seasons.
Hey, if it fits, it fits.
Well, yeah. So he's at his best when he's the Hermit because he's an old fucking wizard now. And he's like, fucking, I just gotta go figure it out. And he's at his worst. Sorry, I didn't know if I said what it does. Make a statement about your current situation. That statement is now true, so I can just say true things about the world if I get a rhythm.
Yeah.
And my dissonant card, apply the following forecast. Your obscene arrogance is your downfall. And for that I chose the Hierophant, representing the Pope, representing a spiritual leader. I think anytime he's in a spiritual leader type of place, he's, maybe not doing too good.
This is not about him, losing, not wanting to, like, be under someone else's authority. This is he doesn't want the responsibility of authority.
Yeah, there we go. That's it. As soon as he gets it, oh, God.
He wants to be off to the side just saying what to do. But as soon as people, like, oh, yeah, okay, well, listen to you, man. What's up? You're like, oh, wait, hold on.
Gandalf, now you gotta lead the Fellowship. Well, I just start things going. I'm not the main guy.
I'm an ideas guy.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, so lose the 15 desire threads. The thread spinner will describe a critical danger that you overlooked. You and any threads that were relying on your guidance will immediately take damage from it. Okay, we'll see how that plays out.
Yep. And taking damage works a little differently than it did in Eidolon. First of all, the damage track basically exists, but it's 1 pip shorter, so it's 3 strikes and you're out. But anytime you would take damage, you can choose to lose 15 thread of any color instead.
Okay. Good to know. And speaking of thread colors, I'm going to start with starting stats, because that is how I've built this entire guy's personality from.
Yeah.
Well, we all know the reason that I'm still alive is why all humans are alive. Desire, to want more, to live more, to do more. Desire is its strongest stat at 3. And, the first thing you learn as a child, you want things, you're grabbing stuff with your hands, you're grabbing boobies, you're grabbing food, you're grabbing toys. I want. And then you grab at the fire and you burn yourself. Fire bad. And then you discover anxiety. Anxiety is number 2. A wizard needs to be good with his hands. He needs to be good with his head to plan ahead, because everything in the world is trying to kill you. And then lastly, we have soul, the heart. So head, our hands, head, heart is basically how this guy rolls. 1, composure, because being a wizard has killed all kindness in him.
Holy fuck.
He's got more wrath than presence, because you don't need to pay attention to me. I'll destroy you. Right. I care more about destroying than impressing you. I'm not here to fucking impress you, I guess is his presence.
I care more about destroying is such a good sentence to hear after hearing Iris' character.
Yeah. Violet hearing like, oh, desired. I'm like, okay, I can work with that.
Here's another
destroy.
Thing. Here is maybe the thing. I don't know how we're doing with Threadspinner, but the collaborative nature of these campfire stories. When you said the kingdom failed, I was like, what if the reason the kingdom failed is their magic school disappeared?
I mean, that can absolutely be. Like, if you want to interlink your backstories, that's allowed.
Yeah. How much from the same dream are we? I don't know if that's canon or not.
We have... Yeah, so what we've talked about a little bit, this is not in the rulebook, loudly yet, but part of the idea is that, hey, this is the afterlife, right? And that means everybody's from the same waking life, or the same dreaming life, right? Maybe not. Maybe you're from different worlds, along the same lines that say, Dark Souls games, every single player save file is technically a separate parallel universe that can, talk to each other, right? And maybe sometimes they drift very far apart, as we'll see next week in Threadspinner Spark, that maybe sometimes these dreams are very different looking from one another. But yes, if you want to say that you are from the same dream and the same time frame of the same dream, that your stories are linked together, I am A-okay with that.
Yeah, we certainly could. Just a week or so ago, I tried out a little indie RPG I found called Night of the Flowers. It's a solo journaling RPG that you can find on itch.io. Because I was like, oh, this could be a fun way to flesh out Violet's life before she joined the Coiling Vine.
Right.
So I sort of created her backstory with that in mind, but that's not set in stone. That was mostly just to get some cool ideas and write a thing. So I could totally just have it be oh yeah, Xalatan was in the kingdom of Cardil or whatever, and
right.
The magic school just failed.
Yeah, I like if you...
They were relying on wizard support, and that just didn't happen.
Yeah. You're like, well, the Imperial Royal Wizard Squad is going to be there. It's like, well, they're gone. What do you mean? All of it. The whole battalion.
Yeah, they just fucking disappeared. It's
weird.
No one knows why.
So given that, as you two are, hey, we're finding how this works. As you two are sitting in my threading chamber preparing to go on your journey, do you recognize each other?
You may have seen wanted posters with my name face on it.
I think Violet would definitely know who Xalatan is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm especially noticing Xalatan's life's work. I think probably most people are at least somewhat aware of Xalatan.
Why don't we jump down a little bit then, real quick? Why don't you... Where's life's work? Xalatan. One of your creation prompts here. Describe your life's work, the miraculous, world-changing magic that you're desperate to discover. What is, the thing that you want to,
Jesus Christ,
find?
I just noticed that.
What is the forbidden knowledge you've devoted yourself to questing for?
Well, Xalatan, in his tower, he looks at the stars a lot, and he studies a lot about, a lot of people think magic is in the now. A lot of it is history, and a lot of it comes from history. And a lot of, the magic we were using in our time was coming from, the dinosaurs. There used to be dinosaurs, and they all died, and they kind of turned, But did you know before that there was an even greater extinction event?
Uh-huh.
Where 85% of the population of Earth all died.
Uh-huh.
And if everything that dies exists in the wake, there must be a way to get here. There must be a way to get there, and who knows what kind of crazy stuff's going on with that alternate world. So his life's work is to find that lost world and get powerful magic from it. I don't know if it's a spell specifically, but...
So yes, you want to discover whatever creatures walked the earth before the dinosaurs.
Yes, and somehow...
Fuck yes, dude.
Go far enough back to, build power there. That was a massive,
Right.
timeline change. So I could, maybe frack that somehow.
You're not a necromancer. You're just I could use that.
So yeah, that was the whole basis of my character. It was that and my one spell, which I think may be too much. I don't want to jump to that now, but...
Well, tell you, let's go through your stuff and let's figure that out. But then I do think I want to do...
You know the famous image where it's just Marcille looking on horrified? What I am just doing right now constantly.
She has no place to make that face, given the dark magics that she's all the time studying.
She did it for Yuri.
Yeah. No, she didn't. That's not true. That's not why she learned how to do that.
Well...
All right, let's just go through here. You talked about your stats already. Minor suits, you can draw from cups, coins, and wands. So you can't touch swords. Again, I'm not totally sold on this mechanic. We'll see how it feels. Your starting equipment. The default name is Bolt of Power. This is the spell that you have access to from the beginning. What do you want to name this spell, Xalatan?
Oh, I don't know if it was... I didn't know... Since it was artifact, I didn't know if it was the wand or the spell.
It's kind of bound together. It's like that wand casts this spell.
Okay, well, I'm going to steal an idea from an earlier season because I'm out of ideas. Sorry, everybody.
Hey, that's fine.
I'm washed. I think Xalatan, instead of a regular wizard's wand, I think he's got a Louisville Slugger baseball bat with a bunch of runes etched in it. And a bunch of rocks, basalt rocks. I call it the basalt blasting rod because... When the meteor hit the planet that killed 85% of the people... Actually, it wasn't a meteor. It was a giant volcanic explosion. So he took some basalt from that volcanic explosion and just put it in his wand.
All right, so basalt blasting rod. It looks like a strange club, perhaps used for some sort of game. Yeah. Perhaps picked up, from a different dream. Mm-hmm. But, and then, you can channel magic through the blasting rod to freeze.
Yeah, this is another, we can veto this, where I'm like, you're like, what's the spell? He's like, it could be whatever. And I'm like, on the moon, there is a crater that has never known light. It's been in constant shadow for billions of years, and it's one of the coldest places on the universe. Mm-hmm. What if I just did a sealed room, but I made everything just that cold?
So this is somehow tied to the dark side of the moon.
Yes.
Where you can channel the temperature of the dark side of the moon.
What the fuck is happening?
I am a master of wind and shadow, so I'm getting the coldest shadows in the universe, moon shadows. I want to cloak the area in shadow and make everybody get slowly colder. That's what this spell does.
So you have basalt from the volcanic ash that blocked out the sun and froze the world to death, and you can use that to reach an even colder temperature than that was.
Yeah.
I'll say if I'm sitting here as, like, in the writer's room punching up, the more direct A to B is you make it as cold as the extinction event, but it's your character if you want.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was watching TV, I'm like, I haven't done a shadow guy in a bit, but you know what? Cold, freeze.
Well, that still is shadow, right? Because the clouds of volcanic ash would cast the entire planet in shadow.
Okay, yeah, no. I'm living this apocalyptic mage I'm making here.
I also love you saying, sorry guys, I'm out of ideas, after saying you want to quote-unquote frack the precursor civilization before the dinosaurs.
I got a few ideas, but they're big.
Ty out of ideas is a hydrogen bomb versus the coughing baby of everyone with lots of ideas.
So anyway, I've been reading Wikipedia about extinction events in the moon.
Yeah,
I don't know if
right.
this is
Yeah, the Death Stranding. I know.
Yeah, I'm out here doing some fucking, like, Regency novel yearning shit.
Right, and meanwhile you look on the horizon and there's just like a wizard tower over there where a guy's like, if only we can get to before the dinosaurs.
Exactly.
You know what occurs to me?
I love it.
Given the mechanics of the Wake, Luke could just have us fight a dinosaur or an Anomalocaris at some point.
100% I can. Yeah. Dinosaurs are down here. If we're establishing that, like, your dream did have dinosaurs in its past, then yeah, absolutely.
What do you mean? What do you think I'm setting up for? Discover a vital clue to your life's work. Have a dinosaur.
Man, oh man. Okay.
I guess I can say the rest of these. The discover a vital clue about your life's work, claim a powerful front of magic and destroy all evidence of its existence, and publicly humiliate and perform a renowned magician.
A publicly humiliated renowned magician is a good one for this fucking guy you've outlined. Also, your other creation prompt here, choose a field of specialization, an area of magical study that you are especially well learned in. It sounds like shadow magic is the answer here.
Yeah, we'll go shadow. That seems most accurate.
That sounds right to me, yeah, and you're looking for the biggest shadow.
Yeah.
See, I like this as the inversion of the moon thing, because, like, the eclipse, not a big enough shadow. That only casts a little bit of the planet in shadow. Pretty cool, no, won't lie, but come on,
you gotta cast the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. I love all of this.
Okay, so we say my moves. I guess I should do my moves.
Yeah, let's go through your starting moves here. You've got Scholar's Respect. When arriving in a new region, the Threadspinner will tell you about the greatest discovery ever made by the people that live in that region. Because part of the idea of the Conjurer is they, desire is their biggest stat. They crave knowledge. They want to hoard it. They're very, like, we're thinking about, like, the Raya Lucara mages in Elden Ring. We're thinking about, what's his fucking name with the cage head in Bloodborne?
Mensis?
No,
Mikolash.
it's, what is that idiot's name?
It's
Who's
Mikolash.
Like, Mikolash!
Right, Nikolash, right. He's in the Nightmare of Mensis.
Yes, that guy. They're like Saruman in Lord of the Rings is this guy, right? He just wants to hoard all the ring lore for himself. That is the kind of the cloth we're cutting from here. Thus, why you want to, claim fonts of magic for yourself and destroy evidence of their existence and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so, you also get to know about, like, what's the coolest thing anyone's discovered here so that, maybe you can take it for yourself.
Yes.
You have Personal Library. During a campfire scene, you can add any expendable spells from your hoard to your inventory without ordering them through a courier. So the way the system normally works, everybody has 3 slots for artifacts. They get 1 starting artifact to begin with. That is the Silver Horizon for Iris. That's the Basalt Blasting wand for Xalatan. But you can collect other ones also. Spells are expendable, which means you can only use them a limited number of times before they are gone. And their name breaks, they dissolve, and they regenerate back in your treasure hoard back here at the, Threadspinners Guild. And you can order a courier to bring it back to you, but that takes time. Personal library means that for spells, they'll regenerate with you. You can hold on to them. You're a wizard. You know how to handle these things, you know?
Okay, cool. Keeping my spells.
Yeah. And then you have expert observation. Draw upon your field of specialization to state a fact about your current situation that no one else would notice, then draw with anxiety. On a positive card, continue by explaining how you're exploiting this fact to your advantage. On a neutral card, the Threadspinner will explain how anyone could potentially exploit this fact. And on a negative card, you are mistaken, and your mistake will leave you vulnerable. You may not draw with composure for the remainder of the scene.
Now, Luke, you know what I love in anime is when you push your glasses up and you explain why you're actually... I meant for you to kick my ass.
Exactly. And then you draw judgment, and I get to be like, nope.
No.
Nope, idiot.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is starting to sound a lot like Gendo.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then, Ty, you get one advanced action. Have you picked that out?
I had a small debate about this with Maxie, because I'm like, I feel there's 3 different ideologies at play for this pick here.
Okay.
I say one. Okay, we're gonna look at my 3. I'm just gonna say them all out.
I see one written down here.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going with. Student of behavior. When you spend an extended period of time absorbing the words and actions of a non-threaded awoken, you may spend as much desire thread as you like. For every 5 desire thread you spend, the Threadspinner will reveal one of the truths of that awoken's current name. I kind of like that because I feel that is Gandalf coded, where I'm showing up and I'm creating protagonists. I'm going to a place and I'm like, you boy, I think
you have to see the hidden potential in people.
I think you have it in you to be a hero. Why don't you do this small thing for me? Maybe you'll die. Who knows?
It's also very, the way combat works in this game is that everybody except y'all are made up of names, which are composed of truths. They are like statements about what that name represents, right? And to hurt somebody, you have to undermine those truths to break that name. So the idea here, in part, is that you can use this to understand what those truths are, learn what they are, so that they can be broken, or, you can use it for other information too, like you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I love learning lore and creating lore, so that's fun to me. That's one of them. The other one is, I think, selfish nature. Once per day, you may ignore someone that needed your help in order to pursue your own goals, gain 20 desire thread. I kind of want to, that the gamer in me is like, what can I do with extra desire thread? I don't know if anyone else has got a move like this. What if I start gaming desire thread? And need to understand, you observe a spell, you can learn it. And I was like, what if I just get a bunch of spells real quick and make this all about finding new spells? But I think I'm going to stick with student behavior. I think that's my commitment. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think that makes Xalatan way scarier.
Yeah. After everything you described, telling me this guy's also really good at observing people.
Yeah.
And knowing how to break them.
Yeah.
Well, Xalatan definitely has sorcerer brain, shonen brain about battles.
Yeah.
When you're engaging with a wizard, you got to use whatever you have, obviously.
Right,
I stopped as hard if you can.
But yeah, given that you two would recognize each other, I kind of want you to do a short scene for me here, of you arriving to the threading chamber, say before me and Maxie's character got there, and just show us. Doesn't have to be a long scene or anything. I just want to get a sense of the initial, that kind of deal,
Okay, sure.
So can I get a description of what Violet's wearing?
Oh yeah, sure. I think so. I actually described her to Maxie. 1 second while I look up that description of Violet I gave here. So Violet is tall and lean, being just over 6 feet tall. She has long black hair, which she keeps in a French braid that flows down the front of her left shoulder. She has light skin and her eyes are a pale blue. Although she bears the title of Knight of the Coiling Vine, she sees little combat and avoids it if possible, and her limited armor reflects this. She wears a cuirass with falds, greaves, and sabatons. So basically just the front plate, a small, metal quote-unquote skirt and some metal protecting her feet and like lower leg. Both the cuirass and greaves are etched with vines and flowers. The rest of her body is protected by cloth, silks, and leather, kind of similar to French carabiniers. She has her long sword sheathed at her left hip.
Nice. Good. I want to say, Xalatan, I am also leaning into the color combination of the threads. He's got, like a wool pajamas, I want to say, like a big wool coverall pajamas that are orange, bright orange coverall pajamas with, I'll say, like gray stars. So he's got like a Starry Night pajama long johns on, and a cloak over that looks more just like kind of a sheet he's holding together. It's crumpled and rumpled, and he's also got a gray hat that's like wizardy. You see he's got the gray wizard hat, and you see like he's got a lot of baubles on it. I feel like he's got like pins and feathers, and like there'll be a piece of string hanging off the side with like a little bag of rocks. You're like, okay, I don't know if that's a fashion thing, but yeah, he's got a weird big gray hat, and he's wearing a pajamas and like I guess a kind of big just blanket over it, a kind of wizardy robe over it.
You mentioned colors, and like I actually was thinking about like what are Violet's sort of primary colors, and I was actually thinking like sort of light or pastel blues and purples, which do match my two primary stats.
Hey,
so,
we're doing it. We're making it happen.
Out pretty well.
Yep. Also, I guess code would be an acting reference or character reference would be maybe a little Go-Go from Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy IV, the mimic person.
Okay.
Do you think his face is clearly visible, or is it pretty obscured?
Oh no, it's always like a little obscured. Definitely like of trying to be smaller, and I think he's a little squatter and kind of fatter than some of my other characters. He's not a lanky Quentin. He's a shorter man.
Okay, I think okay. So like, do you want to set the scene for us, Luke?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I kind of described with this, it's a relatively small room, a short table in the middle, deck of cards is already there prepped, there's a spinning wheel that I have not taken a seat at yet, there are just, like, throw pillows not throw pillows, like, large, like, fluffy pillows to sit on, and I think you both arrive at around the same time before either of us get there.
Okay, I think, Violet's gonna sit down. Does Xalatan sit down?
I think he hobbles over and takes a seat in front of the Threadspinner.
I think like as you sit down, Violet like looks around the room, but then her eyes kind of like pause on you, and her brow furrows a little. It's like she looks like she's she looks like she's confused.
What? If you're someone I killed, please tell me now.
I'm not entirely sure who you are, but those robes seem familiar. Are you Xalatan?
Yes, my name is, I suppose, far and wide. I suppose you've heard of me, yes?
You see Violet, like, have kind of, like, a sharp intake of breath. And, like, she is about to, like, say something immediately, then catches herself, almost, like, swallows it. And then pauses and replies, "You ran a school."
I wouldn't say ran a school. I ended a school, is what I did.
Do you remember the Kingdom of Cardil?
Kingdom of Cardil, yes, no. Kingdom of Cardil. I was young back then. I was only in my 20s. It was a cartel. It's been in the past. Are you one of them people? Are you a Cargillion?
Yes, I was.
Is this about the war? Are you some patriot? Upset?
I could care less about the nation itself.
Good. Nations, schools, pointless.
Do you know what happened because Cardil lost?
I don't know and I don't care.
Well, I lost someone important to me because of it.
War is hell, and be glad you didn't have a battalion of conjurers of my capabilities behind you. You would have won, but at what cost?
The princess would still be there.
Oh, the princess would still be there. The princess would... When did you die? How old were you?
I was 35.
35.
I didn't die during the war. My death happened many years afterwards. After I was forced to flee because...
His eyes go wide.
Because the princess was worried that the remainder of her royal guard would be executed after she surrendered.
Is your sigil noticeable? Can I notice it?
Yes, the sigil of the Coiling Vine is tattooed around my neck.
Knighthood.
I was forced to take shelter with the Coiling Vine.
Oh, I would think your experience with royalty would have shaken you of your childish notions of chivalry and whatnot. There's many princesses, many young loves, many wars, and it happens. It happens. And, I mean, are you still bringing that here? I suppose you found another thing to devote yourself to, right?
Yes. Lady Magnolia.
How do you feel about the good lady?
She sees the truth of me, like the princess did.
To die young and foolish.
I don't know what I expected. You don't care. You never did you?
No, I cared once. It damn near killed me.
I think we let it stop there. Yeah. Let it linger there. I also like, if you were in your 20s when this happens, that implies that you're actually younger than Violet, even though you are much older because you lived longer.
Yep.
Which, that's fun. Do you have any closing thoughts about Xalatan you want to get across here?
There are no ties in this system, but...
Yeah. At least not yet. We might introduce that, but so far no. But if you have a sense of your relationship to Violet, we could certainly talk about it.
I think that last line of his relationship to Violet is it must be good to die young because you can be naive forever.
Fuck, dude. All right.
Sorry. No. Zero. I think that's what a 120-year-old guy would think.
Yeah. Fuck. All right. Maxie, let's come to you.
The ground shakes. 8 feet tall, broad as an ox, wearing the well-worn clothes of a hunter. A pale woman with wild hair walks into the room, stitching crude and thick around the base of her neck. Sup?
What's your name?
Alright. Well, I'm gonna be playing Thistle, properly speaking. My name is in the shop. It's an impound or whatever. Thistle, the bastard daughter. And I'm playing the Executed.
Okay, yes. The Executed is somebody who, as their name implies, was executed for some kind of horrible crime in their dreaming life. And the execution has sort of fused with their soul and given them almost a kind of elemental magic connected to the nature of their execution, which we'll get to in a moment. But first, why don't you tell me about your resonant and dissonant cards?
Sure, my resonant card is the Emperor. The effect is, your actions inspire cruelty in the hearts of others. Gain 20 wrath. For the remainder of the scene, no threaded may draw with any color except wrath. And my dissonant card, which I'm gonna lock in as Temperance. Your actions inspire cruelty in the hearts of others. Lose 20 wrath. For the remainder of the scene, no threaded may draw with any color except wrath.
We're so good at game design.
It really is. It really fucks hard, is the thing.
Both of those effects are bad for me.
Right, they both suck for you.
Don't worry about it.
You have no wrath.
Luke, when I heard you two settle on that in the design session, I was hooting and hollering.
Yeah, no, it was real good.
I will say, one of the rules, every time we complete a region, you are allowed to reallocate your stats. So, obviously you should let your character, arc define that a little bit, but you will have the opportunity to switch to Wrath if it feels appropriate, Iris.
Okay. Yeah.
You're not locked out of Wrath for the entire campaign here. And what are your stats, Thistle?
Let's see, I got a 3 in Wrath, 2 in Composure, 2 in Presence. Let me see what the choose 'em ups are, because I want to run through my logic. Yeah, I had Desire or Soul, and I picked Desire, because spirituality is bullshit and the gods are idiots. And I had Kindness or Anxiety, and I went with Kindness because I'm not an asshole and I'm not a coward.
I'm just thinking about how often Iris is going to be compelled to attack both of you.
I'm loving the overlap, because here's the thing. What may not have been revealed in that exchange is Xalatan, at his heart, he's still an artist. His artistry is destructive spells, but he still believes there's beauty in that.
No, Ty, this is not me calling you out. This is me clarifying. Is your guy's name Xalatan or Xalatlan?
I hate to say it a lot. What Xalatan?
Xalatan. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the peril of choosing a fucking fantasy-ass name.
Yeah.
Gotta pronounce it.
I was gonna be Natalax for 3 weeks. That'd be worse.
Yeah.
Anyway. Sorry, Maxie.
Yeah, so that's your resonant. And did you say what cards you picked for those, Maxie?
The Emperor is my resonant, and Temperance is my dissonant.
Got it. Okay. Minor suits, you can draw from coins, swords, and wands. So right now, Xalatan's the only one that can draw from cups. We'll see how that matters, if that matters. Starting equipment, the default name is Prisoner's Bindings. Do you have a name for your Prisoner's Bindings, Maxie?
Yes, let me double check this. My Prisoner's Bindings are called the Oath of Deference.
Okay. Yeah. And, what is the, what do you got as far as the power?
So, the power is, I have, these bindings restrict my movement by pulling me perpetually into a stooped position, but make me immune to blank, and I wanted to run this by you, because it's got, some internal logic. Basically, my idea is that the Oath of Deference is, those things mountain climbers use? I don't know whether it's pronounced pitons or pythons, but
pythons,
spikes.
Yeah,
they're like spikes with rings on the end.
Yeah.
Got one of those above each shoulder, got one of those above each hip, and then they're chained together in kind of a cross over my torso.
And they're sort of, the chains are so tight that, you can't stand up straight?
Yeah, exactly. And my idea is that the concept of calling it the Oath of Deference in life was sort of a
forced into bowing all the time.
Yeah, but in the dream, that's mostly like a cruel joke. It is something symbolic, but I feel like, given the importance of names and whatnot in the wake, it attains a sort of more powerful form of life. So I'm thinking what they make me immune to is attacks from those of high social standing, under the logic that they have trouble fully, comprehending that I'm not their servant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's maybe a little too broad to say you were immune to attacks from people of high social standing.
Now, keep in mind, it only has 3 charges. It will stop working.
Right, okay, you can only do it 3 times. Yeah, okay. Yes, I think that's fine then.
Alright.
These things can also be upgraded. Yours, if you ever replicate your greatest crime while bound, proving that you cannot be chained, you will get, like, an additional ability on this. It's just something to flag for later.
Yes, specifically the ability is I can break these bindings by blank, though they will repair themselves at end of day.
Yeah.
Which means they won't work as armor, but, it means I can stand up straight, which is nice.
Exactly. Yeah. And also, unlike everyone else, everyone else can trade out of their starting equipment. You are not allowed to remove this equipment.
That is correct.
Yeah. Although we did talk about, we're starting to work on the devils, and I forget which devil we talked about, has the ability that if it damages you, it takes one of the equipment, one of the artifacts you have equipped, which in theory, it would take some finagling, but you could get rid of these that way.
I'll contemplate that.
Yeah. Listen, that you have very little, you'd have to A, summon a demon, B, get the 1 in 22 chance that that's the demon you summon,
Well, listen, I love gambling.
Well, also consider this, Maxie. 1 in 22 chance that the first region we draw is the Land of Devils.
Nice.
That's true.
That's true.
Christ, yeah, it could be.
Or 1 in 21, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Creation prompts, describe the crime you were convicted of in the dream.
So, strictly speaking, I was convicted of sedition, insurrection, murder, lèse-majesté, apostasy, robbery, and poaching. The sedition and insurrection and murdering the Duke's son was kind of the important part.
Can I just... is it pronounced apostasy? Have I been saying it wrong?
No,
this
I'm
whole
pretty
time?
sure it's apostasy.
Apostasy.
Okay.
Listen, I mispronounce things even when I'm out of character sometimes. It's just
No,
gonna
actually,
happen.
I was legitimately asking.
I like to imagine that Violet corrected that in character, just mumbling apostasy.
No, I know how it's said. I'm just trying to... Come on.
Anyway, listen, there's a whole thing. Look, I'm called the bastard daughter because I was the, I think, 4th kid of Duke Harlan the Elder of Vestenrick. Yada yada, some bullshit happened. My half-brother, or maybe an imposter, got me involved with a rebellion against our uncle who had usurped the whatever. It didn't turn out great. Got my head chopped off. Took 3 swings because I got a thick neck. Guy's called 3 Blows Gerard because of it, and, he's probably never going to live that down, but that's not my problem.
Okay. And then, you kind of, you gave me what crime you're convicted of and method of execution there, so I think that covers your creation prompts.
Yeah, so I was figuring decapitation, my power with Beyond Pain is what it's called. I was thinking that the magic I cast, channeling the method of my execution, is mostly used for summoning or sharpening blades.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Some sort of blade magic, which is a different class, but that's fine.
Listen, it's a different kind of blade magic. It's
Yeah.
They got a sword, and mine is more. Maybe I just take my fingernails and just give myself some claws for a bit. Maybe I take a good hefty axe and make it a bit heftier, a bit sharper, that sort of thing.
Yeah. No, I get you. Looking through your starting actions here. So Beyond Pain, you may invoke, which is the cast magic move, without using a piece of equipment and without taking damage, so long as the magic you're casting involves conjuring or manipulating your method of execution. You still take damage if you play a negative card. So invoking, usually you have to use some kind of magic artifact, like a spell, to do it. Or you can just try to cast magic, but you'll hurt yourself if you try to do it without a spell to focus it through. You don't need to use a spell to not get hurt as long as you're, using blades in some way for your magic. You've also got Temptation. When you first arrive in a region, the Threadspinner must reveal to you the most serious taboo among the people who live there. The Threadspinner will keep count of how many times you break it. When the region quest has been completed, you must take damage once for every time you've broken the taboo. That's a weird one. I don't know why you'd ever break it then.
Yeah, no, it seems like a really bad idea, both, personally and mechanically, so...
Yeah. Why would you bother? That's weird. Reflections of Demise. You may always ask the question, how does this space bring to mind my method of execution, without mapping the scene, and the Threadspinner will always answer you honestly. I think we talked about tweaking the wording on this. Basically, you can talk about the influence that blades and what have you have in the scene at any time without mapping the scene as kind of this game's version of investigate.
Yep.
And then have you taken an advanced move?
I have. I've taken the advanced move Recidivism. The first time each day you break the region's most serious taboo, gain 10 Wrath Thread.
Well, now, hey, wait a second. We just talked about that. Hold on, wait a second.
Listen, it's a win-win for me. Either I don't get hurt or I can kick more ass, so...
There you go. Yeah. The personal quests that you can go on are subdue a criminal guilty of the same crime as you, inflict the same pain you've endured on a person of high authority, or utterly corrupt a paragon of virtue.
Hey, what was that last one?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Any of those laying around? Get rid of one of them.
Are there any other details you want to share about Thistle?
Let me look through my notes. We talked about Thread, we talked about Resonant Dissonant, talked about the armor, my moves. I mean, I could go into all my shit before the wake, but I feel like we'll talk about most of that. It'll spin out over the course of the campaign.
Yeah, if there's something you want to share now, you can totally hold on to that stuff for later.
I mean, nothing comes immediately to mind besides what I've already said, so,
Okay. Then, 90 minutes in, we've met our cast, and we only have, more stuff to do still.
Yeah!
Yeah. That's totally fine. I've mentioned it, because we're doing the 3 campaigns this time, you're gonna be hearing from each campaign less frequently, so I do want each of these episodes to run a little longer than they normally do, to feel like you're, getting a good check-in with everybody,
Yeah. I was worried when you said that we're on 1:30, but like, no, we're going long. You said we go long.
we can totally... 1:30 to 2 hours is about what I'm looking at for Threadspinner episodes, so we're good to go. So yeah, what we have to do now that we've met our players is determine revenants. Yeah. When everybody's introduced, you will then determine the ages of each person in the party, who's been awake the longest, and who awoke most recently. Order yourselves from oldest to youngest. So we've established Violet died before Xalatan died. How do we think Thistle fits into that?
Well, I mean, easy answer to that question. Y'all know what guns are?
No.
Gun?
It's okay. So, okay. Do you have cannons at least? Because that'll help me explain it.
Yeah, we have. Yes, I'm familiar with.
All
what a
right.
cannon
So
is.
imagine like kind of a long, thin cannon that like a guy can hold. And you use it more against like infantry or birds than against fortifications.
Okay. Projecting small bits of metal at very high speeds to... yes, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, you get the idea. It's a pain in the ass because you gotta, like, set up a fuse, I think, generally, and you gotta get a match. But people are working on making it better.
What age are you from?
I mean, I don't know if there's, like, a name for it. I'm not really a historian. I had to teach myself to read, like, a couple decades ago.
It may have faded from the books and the histories, but this Cahill, this Kingdom of Cahill, any memory of that?
Cardil.
It's been so long since I said that. I mean, yeah, it's great. It's good over there.
I want to say
Doesn't exist anymore.
Well, no. I've heard of Cardil. I think they make like a lot of wool and like sheep's cheese mostly. I want to say black currants.
They were very agricultural, yes.
All right, well there you go. I'm more from forest and mountain country. A lot of game meat, a lot of hides, a lot of quarries and copper mines, that sort of thing.
So it does sound like Thistle would be the quote-unquote youngest here.
So it would seem.
Okay. Then in that case, we're going to start with Violet to discover any good story needs villains. Your epic that you're about to embark on is going to be defined by hunting down and defeating 4 revenants. Powerful, awoken spirits that, they're not great, and they're going to be connected to your histories, the histories of the lands and time periods that you hail from, and we're going to find those revenants by drawing from this deck of tarot cards. So, starting with Violet, you're going to draw a card here, and I'm going to give you a question based on the card you drew. Or a prompt, rather, and that'll get us started. So, Violet, you draw the Fool. Describe the nobody who became one of the most defining figures of your era. Take all the time you want with this.
Oh, God. The nobody. Oh, I have a good idea. Like, because, Violet's deal is very much soaked in, like, medieval fantasy and Arthurian legend and things like that. So I think it would be appropriate for there to be a Robin Hood type figure.
Okay, sure.
And I think, like, this would have occurred a few years after the Kingdom of Arvale won the war against Cardil and incorporated its lands into itself. I think there's probably a resistance movement that sprung up. Not necessarily for the purpose of bringing back Cardil, but not like by royalists necessarily, but by people who were like, hey, it's fucked up that there are kingdoms so large that they can just do this. And so I think that there was a man who began attacking, like, Arvalan military outposts and disrupting, like, supply lines and things like that, and, stealing whatever resources to give it back to the people. In an attempt to, like, just force Arval to leave, to give up the land and give it back to the people who were there from the start.
Okay. Do you have a name for this person?
Oh, let me think. What should he be named? How about Frederick?
Frederick? Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, we got any, like, honorifics here or any,
epithets? I'm thinking of an honorific. I think Frederick the Thorn.
Frederick the Thorn, all right.
Hey, sounds like a man after my own heart.
Yes, he would probably like you quite a bit.
All right. Okay. Then that means we move on to Xalatan next. Xalatan, your card. How did I shuffle these into order? Hold on.
no.
Wait a second.
Did you shuffle them?
They're not. I've been shuffling them just idly while we've been talking this whole time.
Did you draw the magician?
I drew the magician.
That's your Eidolon power.
Yeah. Xalatan, describe someone from your era that performed a miraculous feat of magic. Not you.
Oh, dang it. Cut me off. I was going to say one time.
It's not all about you.
One time
Someone else.
the magic school, they threw me into a sack. They fucking beat me up and threw me in a sack. I used the last breath in my lungs and the little bit of electricity from my heart beating to make I was able to turn all of the water into the lake into a... if you're familiar with hydrogen atoms, you can turn it... I've created some carbon monoxide, basically. It,
You created what?
You did... Did you just tell me that you turned an entire lake into carbon monoxide?
Yeah, of course. As I was at the edge of death, a sorcerer can draw on powers, and I realized, did I care more about killing these people or this lake or being alive? And I decided I wanted to be alive more. And because I wanted to be alive more than they did, I killed them.
What does any of that have to do with the question the Threadspinner just asked you?
What the hell is a monoxide?
Describe someone from your era that performed a miraculous feat of magic. I'm gonna say, I'm going to say my fucking rival, the headmaster of the school, who, I was gonna save this for, later, but... A spell capable of destroying an entire nation in an instant. And, I didn't think the kingdom deserved it, and also, since he tried to have me killed, I destroyed his whole dumb school and got rid of the spell. So there.
Okay, what's his name?
Oh, yeah, this is why I made a bunch of fake names, because I know we're meeting NPCs in this.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I don't think I like wizards.
I do love, Violet starts as hey, you didn't fucking show up to the war and my princess got kidnapped, and now I was yeah, the guy was gonna just drop a nuke, and I thought that was bad. I'm the carbon monoxide wizard, so if I don't like it, you know it's bad.
Yeah, I said, you know what? I was gonna let Oppenheimer do his thing. I was gonna be cool with it, but then he made it personal, so I went back and destroyed him in his dumb school. I think his name is... Okay, here's the names I got. Tormog Graysleaf, Jillian Jocasta, Lorraine, and Kaleta Dalude.
I'm gonna... What was it? Tormog what?
Graysleaf.
Graveleaf?
Graysleaf.
Graveleaf.
Or Grayleaf. Grayleaf.
Oh, Grayleaf. Tormog Grayleaf. Okay, yes.
If someone wants to give anything else, or Archmage, Headmaster. Oh, yeah, Headmaster.
What's that school of magic called that he was the headmaster of?
Escagillium.
Headmaster of the, Esca...
It's in the notes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the notes? Okay.
I was coming up with some names.
Escagillium School of Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he invented a magic that could destroy an entire town or city in an instant.
Yeah.
So,
I will have to say, the power level of the magic being deployed is perhaps not what I imagined when I was thinking of Violet's backstory.
I do like the idea that, Violet, that's right. It's not, is it? There were things happening in halls of power that you didn't understand.
Yeah.
And also, they're fucking wizards. How much of this is real?
Yeah,
How much
true.
of this is...
He never cast the spell. I wanted it to be one of those things where it's he Xalatan saw the blueprints. He's like, motherfucker, he could probably do this. He could probably get this. He's almost there.
Yeah. Was developing a kingdom eradicating spell, killed by Xalatan before he could deploy it. Love it. Okay.
That's what I did when I was 35 and I cared about things. Anyway, sorry.
I was making portraits of people.
All right. That just leaves a revenant for you, Thistle. You have got the Hermit. The prompt for the Hermit. Describe a hero who went into self-imposed exile.
Ooh. Let me. I'm gonna need to think about that for a second.
Yeah.
And when you're asking me questions like this, by the way, should I be approaching them from an objective, historian style standpoint, or should I be approaching them from this is the shit that was going on around me?
I mean, it's someone from your era. I think, it'd be something that you would know about. You know.
All right, let me.
Yeah, it's why Violet's was focused on this guy who is fucking up the neighboring kingdom.
Yeah.
Well, I guess a hero could have been someone who I was opposed to, even if I didn't see him as such, right?
Mm-hmm.
There were these fuckers called the Golden 100.
Yeah.
25 of the Duchy of Vestenric's greatest knights, 40 mercenary sharpshooters, 15 veteran pikemen, 15 hunter-trappers, and 5 sorcerers. Their leader, what was it? General General Octavius, I want to say? Octavio something? He was an old, tough bastard. You know the kind of officer, the kind who doesn't die young, but doesn't, retreat to the books and maps either. He's always trying to prove something, never gets down from horseback. But then he did. I heard about that part secondhand. This is after he managed to capture me. I think, whatever happened, I don't know whether it was Cuthbert dying or me still managing to kill Duke Algis's son or what, but something disillusioned him. He hung up his hat. I say good riddance. He was an asshole.
Okay, so General Octavia of the Golden 100?
Yep.
Okay. And he was, a revered general that... You're saying you don't really know why he hung things up?
Yeah, no, like I said, okay. He was the one who captured me, so, by the time that happened, I was already hurt.
Sure, okay. Abandoned his post after Thistle's death for unknown reasons. Okay. All right. Oh, right. I should also do a Revenant.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, these are great. I'm loving this. I'm a real Threadspinner is made for me. I'm a weird little Gribbon now.
Yeah. Judgment is what I got. Which is clearly placeholder text because we've got describe your era's worst bag fumbling.
Oh man.
Okay.
Hey, we don't know too much about the Threadspinner yet, so if we're going to be talking about the Threadspinner's era, come on, give us a little intro, boss.
Yeah, that's something I've been thinking about because we don't have we're planning to introduce some rules to make the Threadspinner more of a character, have their own kind of character advancement, give them things. That is not game mechanics we have fleshed out here, so it's not something I've put a ton of thought into. But I would say that, Thistle, you've heard of Cardil, but you're not necessarily from the same era. Obviously, you're from a later era, but you're from a different land, basically, right?
Yeah, I think probably close enough to have trade relations, maybe even, not diplomatic relations, because it's not independent by the time Thistle's around, but, diplomatic relations with the kingdom that annexed them.
Okay. I am going to tell y'all that, what's a good kingdom name? Someone hit me with a good kingdom name. Or not a kingdom name. What is... in the same way that, you got, say, Gondor, but you also have Middle-earth. What is, this, continent or this, region of the world? What do we call it? Cardil is a kingdom in...
Hytropolis. No.
Maybe something to do with the mountain range, because I know there's mountains at least out by Vestenrick. Something or other peaks.
Or is it a valley between peaks? Because, a pretty vast valley by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Londomir?
Sure, I like it.
Yeah.
Ship it.
I was actually thinking of an L name.
All right, Londomir. Yeah. So I lived in Londomir hundreds of years before any of you, and I am familiar with the first person to conquer and unite Londomir. Their name was not something that they gave freely and has been lost to history because they were only known as the Razorback King because he wore a headdress that was just the pelt of a razorback hog. And he conquered the entire land, and he had a very large collection of wives. He married into every local powerful family, and thus became the ruler of all of them. And the bag fumbling is that one night, all 50 of them impaled him with a different sword, thus making his name much more literal.
See, that's why I'm always telling people, love is fake and you can't trust it.
I would hardly consider that love.
When you play Crusader King,
he's
get the bad ending.
He's a king, but I'm just saying, look, you can't be marrying all those women and, I just realized I'm about to contradict myself, so I'm not going to do that, because that would be philosophically inconsistent.
The contradiction, though. The contradiction is the heart of life.
Look, the point is, diplomatic relations in and of themselves do not create this foundation of a stable relationship that can only be a product of love, but love doesn't exist, so it's, you're chasing a phantom. Frankly, I'm surprised more people don't get stabbed by their wives, or their husbands.
All 50 wives.
Love doesn't exist?
Listen, I could go off on this if you want me to go off on this.
Here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. We got two options, my dear Violet. Either love is dead and then it's here, or it's not dead and then we'll never experience it again.
I don't know if that's how the Wake works. I don't think entire philosophical concepts need to be dead for us to engage with them.
How long you been here?
Longer than you have.
Anyway, look. Do you want me to break it to you now, or do you want me to break it to you later, Violet? Because I'm easy. I can do whatever.
Please enlighten me, Thistle. What wisdom do you have to employ upon me?
All forms of love that you could care to name are bullshit. Romantic love, most of all, because that was just invented by poets to get women to fuck them, and then the priesthood took it up to convince people that marriage is more than a contract. A contract which is very easily broken, as evidenced by the very solemn cautionary tale of Mr. Razorback here.
I'm sorry you've never experienced anything that brought joy to your heart.
Oh, plenty of stuff brings me joy, you kidding me? I got, good hunt brings me joy, nice ale or wine, or mead, or bourbon, or, absinthe is alright. Those all bring me joy. Good hunk of meat, a good book. I'll tell you what, glad I taught myself to read, because there's a lot of books down here. A lot of them are pretty good.
We are all of us, as though we may try and downplay others and upplay others, etc. and whatnot, in different myriad ways that people can join themselves. I understand this. But I think he gets serious for a minute and touches his furrowed brow. People are driven by passions, hunger. It can draw you into trouble. It can draw you into massive accomplishments. But truly, the thing that keeps everybody going, that makes the whole thing work, is wanting things, wanting people's love, wanting to not hurt someone, wanting to hurt someone, sometimes all in the same person. That is what makes things move. Sorry, you got me a little excited.
I appreciate that. Xalatan, it is a truth from your heart.
Ugh. You better enjoy it. You get few of those. Fewer and fewer.
We have one last piece of business before we break here. We need to determine the first region that you're going to travel to in your epic.
Yay!
We are currently in the Threadspinners Guild in the city of Mother of All, the capital city of the Wake. And from here, you're going to set out to a region chosen by the tarot deck that will also define what kind of quest you're going to have to embark on there.
Not to interrupt you, Luke, but before you do this stage, do you reshuffle the Revenant cards, or is it
I do reshuffle the Revenant cards, yes, that has been done.
Okay.
And let me just double check region quests, if I choose those. I think I choose those, but let me double check. Which region quest defines each region is decided by the Threadspinner, though they may not repeat a quest till choosing each option once. So the options for quests for each region are slay a great foe, claim a grand treasure, liberate an oppressed people, purify a site of corruption, prevent an imminent disaster, and discover a lost truth. So I think I'm gonna go... Where do we want to start here? I mean, it's my call, but are any of these calling out to anybody?
I
forgot. What were the 3 listed again? Can you say them?
Slay a great foe, claim a grand treasure, liberate an oppressed people, purify a site of corruption, prevent an imminent disaster, or discover a lost truth.
I feel like slaying a great foe is a good place to start. Get our feet wet.
I am not opposed to that.
Yeah,
We're
sure.
slaying a great foe. And the card that governs the region you're going to travel to slay a great foe is the Star. Let's see what that is.
Yes! Sorry.
Oh,
I forgot how excited I was today, and I love this. I love
Starting
playing
out
games.
strong, baby.
The key to your quest is irrelevant. The stars have foretold your doom and have brought you here to fulfill that prophecy. The stars that hang over this region have called out to you. A constellation high in the heavens, visible every night, is full of malignant hatred directed at your party. At night, it whispers a prophecy to you as you sleep under it. Here in this deathless land, death will find you. When you arrive in this region, the Threadspinner will give this constellation a name of Strength 3. To discover the heart of your quest, you must break this name within 10 days. Being a constellation, you cannot reach it by any normal means, and must work quickly to discover and undermine the constellation's truths. Each morning, one member of your party will be brought low by the constellation. Whichever color they have the most points in will change to black, the color of despair. Actions that require that color cannot be used for the rest of the day, and thread associated with that color can only be spent when acting with despair. Your thread will be cured during the next campfire scene, only for another member of your party to wake up afflicted with despair. On the 10th day of your time in this region, every member of the party will have their strongest color change to despair. Malaise will increase by 10 every time you draw from a minor arcana deck, and by 30 during each campfire scene.
Oh, God.
I was hoping we were going to get the tower, but this is good too. In this land, even the stars are evil. The stars can't be evil. Of course the stars can be evil.
So, that's what you got. Boy, yeah, that's what you guys have to look forward to as your first outing. Sound good? Everyone feeling good?
I think 2 of us might be. Don't know about the third.
You act like this is the first time I've been doomed by prophecy. Brought low by the tides of fate.
Violet, how we feeling?
I will endure.
All right. Well, with that, I think that's everything we've got. I think it's time to ship out here.
Can we no, we shouldn't. Can we draw at least one card, one shroud?
We shouldn't. Because I need to.
No.
I don't have the region set up. That's why we do this at the end, so that I can set up the region.
Okay. This is good.
Yeah.
Thus begins the year of Threadspinner in earnest.
Yes, this has been the first episode of Threadspinner FLAME. That's going to take some getting used to. Not Eidolon FLAME, Threadspinner FLAME.
Yeah.
And hey, if you're listening to this, on the free podcast feed, we hope you enjoyed it. And if you really enjoyed it, consider going to undertow.cards, where you can subscribe to our Patreon. You get early episodes, you get bonus episodes, you get GM notes. Be interested to see what shape those take, because this game is by design a little more improvisational, but we'll see. You will get your name shouted out on the podcast, which I think we'll probably edit in here, since this is like a month off, so should give time for the list to, update. But, yeah, we got all sorts of goodies over there. Undertow.cards. You should check it out.
I mean, I guess for one of the GM note sessions, you'll get a short story I wrote.
Yes, absolutely. We will upload your short story as on that $3 tier. 100%. You can also discuss the show over at audioentropy.com/discord. We'd love to have you there to hang out.
Yeah, tell us about what you like about our characters and our backstories and all this stuff, and do fan art now, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, perhaps most importantly on the Patreon, at the $5 tier, you can get the in-progress drafts of Threadspinner, so you can be playing right alongside us.
Yeah.
So far, hey, we're exactly one session in. I think this game's looking pretty good.
Woo! And also, I'm excited because I also get to be a Threadspinner listener. What the fuck are the other two teams gonna do? What's going on over there?
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that is going to do it for us. So we will see you in 3 weeks for the first episode of Threadspinner FLAME. I will see you next week for the 0th episode of Threadspinner Spark. Goodbye.
Bye.
Fare thee well. Special thank you to our generous patrons Raquel Delgado, Cone, Robin Young, Selena, lesbian werewolf chef, Queen Charlotte, Elijah Marone, Nobodies, Fair Divine Majesty Rumda, Goddess of the Moth Lesbians, Megan Krantz, Jupiter, Sylvia Rayleigh, Jay Pearson, Dexter Sinister, Queen Cat Attack, Control Salt Delete, Someone Else, Bella Shrike, John Brownlee, Hannah, Destry Hawk, It's Birdish, Parahelion _ System, Sarah Frigon, Faust, Abilene, and Rylith.